So this is another video which again we are talking about another metrics or another concept which I have learned from Good to Great book. This concept is not only about the organization. When I thought deeply initially when I was trying to grow in the hierarchy, is also give you a formal framework to really grow yourself. The first thing is they have created the three what you called intersection or the concept which you need to follow and understand and challenge yourself. The first one is what you're passionate about, whether it's an individual, whether it's an organization. You have seen many organizations, they buy the organization and then gradually after a few years they sell it off. So before you really enter into a segment, before you really start an organization or anything else, you need to try to find out where is your passion. We always hear that Apple has got so much of money that they can start their own manufacturing everywhere across the globe number of times. But what we have learned is their passion is towards the technology. Their passion is towards the designing. If you take it for the individual also, you should understand where is your passion. I understand many people enter into certain kind of job profile because that is the available when you have completed your graduation and post graduation, and therefore maybe you started as a sales guy but your passion is somewhere else. I have seen a lot of sales guys who are very passionate about customer service. They are passionate about talking to the customer and try to get engaged with the customer rather than looking for the new customers. So you need to figure out where their passion is, because until you follow your passion, your entire efforts will go in vain in the long run. Maybe initially it may meet your day-to-day requirement, but when you are building your career or you are building an organization, the passion is something which is very, very critical. The second thing is within that passion there can be certain areas where you can be the best in the world. Both as an organization and the second concept can also about your individual. For example, I'm in a diagnostic industry for 27 years, managing pathology, radiology. I've been for both the side where I provide the services and also where I provide the reagent, which means the material which is used to run a particular test. I always think this big multinational few $billion companies, why they are only in the field of reagent? Why they can't start their own lab? The lab doesn't cost that much. They can have lab across the country, maybe in 180 countries. Why not? Then I realized these are the organizations, and in Good to Great they have also mentioned few names of these organizations, that because they know what they can do best in the world and they want to concentrate and focus there. They know that they are best in terms of creating a quality reagent which can do the quality testing for the patient, and therefore they are focused. Their entire the capital, entire focus of the management, entire thinking, entire strategy is moving towards that direction. And same is for the individual. There can be number of things which is there in your platter, but you should know what you can do the best in the world. Or the other question can be asked, what you cannot do best in the world. Something which you cannot do best should be ignored, and where the passion is there and which you can do the best in the world as an organization, as an individual, is something which you need to focus upon. And the third is, because you are running your own organization, you should also know which is your economic engine. If you see many of the startups which came in India, especially in the e-commerce, initially they have gone for GMV, they have gone for the footfall, they have gone for the buyout, the number of people who are reaching to their website, fan base were their main criteria. They have ignored the other factor of the economic drivers. So you need to figure it out, what is the economic driver which is required for your organization. There are many organizations which focus on EBITDA. There are many organizations who work on net margin. There are many organizations initially stage of their launch, especially in the e-commerce, they ignore the fact that they don't focus on EBITDA and net margin. They only focus on the gross merchandise, the value which comes. They focus on more number of people who are coming to their website and looking for it. They also focus on the traffic, the retention time, and obviously later on the conversion part of it. So it's depend on your organization and at what stage of your organization, and therefore what is your way of looking towards the economic engine. So the three things, the intersection of these things, one is where is your passion, the second is what you can do the best in the world, and the third thing is what is the economic engine or the driver which you're looking for your organization to grow in the long run. Intersection of this is what we call the great organization. The name given to it is the Hedgehog Concept. I personally feel it's good for our organization, because many of organization, many opportunities come during the depressed time. There are a lot of depressed assets are available. They keep on buying the organization. In fact, when I was running my own organization earlier, there was a small buyout happening in a molecular biology segment. Later on, they've realized that doesn't fit into the organization and they've sell it off. So from the beginning itself, you should know which is your focus, which means where your passion lies as an organization. Example of Apple comes every time in your mind, that they only want to focus on the designing and the technology part, and then they have outsourced their manufacturing part. The second is what you can do the best in the world. Why not Apple going into different segment? Why they're focusing on the technology driven product, or which are related products? And therefore we need to focus, even for an individual, what you can do the best in the world. Maybe in your career you want to focus on customer service as a segment. You want to build your career in marketing. Within nowadays, now people are coming for digital marketing, because nowadays even the children, I asked my youngest son, why don't you do engineering in the computer science? He said, I don't like computer science. I said, what do you want to do? He said, I want to do robotic. I said, robotic, is there a stream in the engineering? He said, yes, there is available in one institute or a few institute in India. I will go for it, even if I have to really look for a smaller institute which give engineering in robotic, but that is where my passion is. That is what I want to do the best in the world. And the same thing is applicable for us when we build up our career. Sometimes what happen is you have graduate, postgraduate, you enter into one organization because that time the job is in a need. But for long run, please identify where passion is, what you can do best in the world, and what are your economic engine or a driver. The combination of three, the intersection of the three, is what make the organization great. So today's, again, Good to Great, another book, the same book which I said you have to read it if you are a leader. It's a must-read book. It's very good, which when it comes to clearing the concept for the organization which survive for long, or those organizations which become from startup to the great. I think this is one of the concepts which I feel like we should know individually. One of the reasons of creating this video is also, more you discuss, more you share the knowledge, even your knowledge get enriched. So I will look forward for any kind of questions which comes. You can just send it to my email ID. I will try to interact with you, because sharing of knowledge from both the side will help both of us. Thank you very much. That's it for the day. Thank you.